Today's recipe is the perfect fall cake. It's a pumpkin olive oil cake with vanilla bean German buttercream. The first step is to make our pumpkin olive oil cake. We're going to combine olive oil, granulated sugar, brown sugar, 2 eggs, and pumpkin puree. This cake is super moist. By adding the olive oil and the pumpkin, we almost ensure that we cannot have a dry cake. When making this cake, be sure to use pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. It's a totally different product. This is just pure pumpkin that you'll use in this recipe. Whisk together the dry ingredients: flour, baking soda, baking powder, some pumpkin pie spice, and a little extra cinnamon. Add the pumpkin mixture to your dry ingredients and then stir with a spatula until smooth. You want to be sure not to overwork the cake batter at this point, so just stir it until it's combined and not too lumpy. Prepare your baking pan by spraying it lightly with cooking spray and then lining it with parchment paper. Pour the batter onto the tray and spread it to the edges. Bake the cake 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Remove the cake from the oven and invert it on a parchment-lined cooling rack. Place the pan on the top to just press it down slightly and let it cool completely. The first step in making our German buttercream is to create a pastry cream. Whisk together eggs, milk, sugar, cornstarch, and salt in a saucepan until smooth. Cook over medium-high heat until it's thickened. When making a pastry cream, be sure to whisk continuously. You don't want to get brown bits in your pastry cream that burn to the bottom. I'm adding a pinch of salt and a little bit of vanilla extract to add flavor to the pastry cream. Transfer the pastry cream to a bowl to cool completely. Place plastic wrap on the top of it and press down so that it doesn't form a skin on the top. Once your pastry cream has completely cooled, you can start making your buttercream. Starting with room temperature butter, scrape 1 vanilla bean or use 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste and whip on high. Once the butter and the vanilla have been combined, you can start adding the pastry cream. Continue to whip until smooth. When frosting this cake, I like using a pastry bag to pipe it onto the different layers. Take the cooled cake and trim the edges to make them clean, then cut into 3 equal-sized rectangles. Here I only trimmed the 2 end edges, not the top edges, because they looked pretty clean. Take the first rectangle and place it on your serving plate, and then take 1/3 of the frosting and add it to the top of that, and then continue layering up until you finish frosting the cake. I'm actually making a naked cake, which doesn't have any frosting on the sides, but you can choose to do it however you like. I like using a pastry bag to get more defined edges on the layers here, but you can also just use a spatula. Once you've frosted the entire cake, place it in the refrigerator for at least an hour to let the frosting set, and then serve. For more great fall recipes, check out forklovespoon.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe below. And there you have it, the perfect fall cake, a pumpkin olive oil cake with German buttercream frosting. It's delicious and I think you're gonna love it.